In this video, I'm going to show you the #1 way to build a constant flow of potential patients, and I'm going to break it down in 4 simple steps how you can do it, and also to show you what other clinics are doing wrong when it comes to creating something like this and how you can avoid these mistakes and do it the right way. Okay, now in order for you to understand this concept and how to basically build a constant and predictable flow of new patients, new potential customers, first let's just look at how you get started. At the beginning, what do you do to get more patients? Referrals and word of mouth, right? That's great. This type of customers are the best, and even once your clinic, your practice is established, you're gonna start getting more referrals and word of mouth. Those type of leads are basically the best because they're easier to convert them into patients, right? This is how you normally start. What happened next? Then you start implementing, like for example, creating more marketing content, social on Instagram, maybe Facebook, TikTok. You start creating content and you're gonna start reaching more people and you're gonna start getting more inquiries into your practice, right? People looking for your different procedures and treatments. Then probably you create a nice website and you optimize your website for SEO so you can be ranked in the first pages of Google search. Great. The only problem with this is that you don't have control. Now, let me explain this a little bit better. When it comes to word of mouth and referrals, you don't really have control over the amount of people that you can get via this method or what type of people you can get. For example, let's say that next month you need specifically more facelift patients, right? So you can just go to your clients and say, hey, send me people that are interested in just facelift. Send me some referrals. You can say that. You don't have control over that. And the same happens with organic methods. Content marketing, SEO, you can really control the amount of inquiries you receive each month or the specific type of procedure or treatment that you want to get more patients for. For example, if you need 20 new patients next month for facelift, you can control this. You can go and ask Google or the Facebook, TikTok algorithm to send you more traffic to your contents or to your pages, specifically like the type of customer that you want and for the type of procedure that you want. Those strategies are great, don't get me wrong. It's gonna help you create a constant flow of potential patients, and those are really part of the whole strategy that I'm going to share with you. But as I said, the only problem is that you don't have control, and what you need to do now is to start implementing other type of methods that allow you to have control over the type of customer that you want to attract or the type of service procedure that you want to sell more, right? So in this case, what you need to start implementing is advertising channels. Advertising allows you to have control over your traffic, which is something that these other methods that I just mentioned, they don't give you. Right? With advertising, you can specifically target a specific type of customer that you want for a specific type of procedure. Following the same example, if you need 20 new patients for facelift, you can create a marketing campaign and advertising campaign specifically designed to attract those facelift patients. Once you attract those 20 facelift patients, you can simply click a button, stop the campaign, and restart the campaign again once you need more patients, right, for that procedure, right? If you want, for example, more clients for a different procedure, you can create another advertising campaign just for that type of procedure, right? So that's what I love about advertising. It gives you control, and that's something that you absolutely need when it comes to creating a constant flow of new potential patients. Now, the problem here is that most practice owners or the marketing expert that is helping them do this type of advertising strategy, they don't really understand how to turn advertising into profits, into high quality leads, pre-qualified appointments, and get more sales, more revenue for your practice. Advertising is great as long as you do it correctly. And right now I'm going to show you 4 simple steps on how you can start approaching advertising in the right way and avoid the mistakes most clinics do when it comes to creating advertising campaigns. Step number one, you need to have a system in place that is going to help you convert these strangers into paying patients. So most practice owners, they have this misconception that they believe that advertising is just about the ad itself. No, it's not just about creating one nice image or a video, or maybe putting some copywriting in the ad with some emojis, having a standard promotional offer like discount packages or seasonal promotion, and asking complete strangers to book a consultation right out of the gate. Wrong. Why? Because first of all, you need to understand that those are cold traffic. Those people, they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you. And if you go and ask complete strangers basically to commit to a consultation when they just find out that your clinics exist, they're just gonna be low quality leads. They're gonna be booking and they won't be showing up to the consultation. What you have to do is that you need to have a system that is going to help you convert those strangers into paying customers 24/7. And that's why we create our 5-step patient acquisition system. And I'm gonna explain to you real quickly how this system works, right? For example, this system basically covers everything from lead generation and sales process, because those two things are different: generate leads and convert leads into paying customers. So let me break it down to you how these two processes work. When it comes to lead generation, it's basically a system that you create that is going to attract the leads. In this case, is advertising. You wanna get the lead, and this lead generation is gonna start basically filtering those leads. It's gonna get rid of the time wasters, and it's gonna allow only pre-qualified users that are going to be more likely to convert. It's gonna allow them to book a consultation, right? Once the consultation is booked, there is with this lead generation process ends. Because once the consultation is booked, immediately your sales team or your front desk or your patient coordinator, someone who is handling these leads for you, is gonna receive the information, right? And there is where the sales process begins. Now you need to also have a system, a sales process that is going to help your staff convert as many leads into patients as possible, right? How many times to follow up? What happens if someone book an appointment but for some reason they don't show up? What happens when someone show up but they still are undecisive? They don't know if they're gonna move forward with the procedure or maybe not, or maybe they want you to contact them later on to see if they're gonna be ready for the procedure. You need to have a process as well there in place that is going to help you do all these tasks, because it's a lot of work and you can't trust just your front desk and patient coordinator to do all that amount of effort effectively. You need to have a systematic process that is going to help you do that effectively and also save them time. Time is something that you can't get back. That's why our 5-step patient acquisition system, it covers everything from the lead generation to the sales process, right? Because this is actually what you need in order to make advertising profitable for your aesthetic practice. Step number 2, sell one offer. What I noticed is that most practices, they want to sell a bunch of things at the same time. They want to sell non-surgical procedures. They want to sell breast augmentation, tummy tucks, facelift, and they're promoting a bunch of ads for different type of offers, right? And this is not the best way, especially if you don't know your numbers yet. So what you have to do is just to focus on one specific procedure or treatment where basically you are the best at. Let's say, for example, that you are really good when it comes to facial rejuvenation. So what you can create is just basically a focus on, let's say, on facelift, and create an offer around a facelift, right? Now, I won't go in depth when it comes to creating an offer, but all I have to say that once you know what type of customer you want to attract for this procedure, it has to be one single type of person, not a bunch of avatars, just one. You identify them, you identify their pains, their fears, their desires, their dreams, the things that keep them up at night, and basically based on those things you're gonna craft the offer. Because when a person see the offer, throughout all your system, basically the system that I explained in the last steps, which is the lead generation, your sales process, you start putting that offer everywhere, that person is gonna feel, wow, this clinic really understands my pains, my dreams, what I'm going through. You know what? I'm gonna go and have the consultation with this practice. So at the beginning, focus on one single procedure to promote, create your whole marketing material around that procedure and that offer, and you're gonna have more success than if you were trying to promote a bunch of different offers. Because if you do this, at the end of the day, it's gonna be a mediocre effort that you're gonna put, and you're gonna end up with negative results. But if you only focus on what you know it's best, and you do everything as I just mentioned, you're gonna get way better results. A quick example I can give you is McDonald's. What they sell, they mainly sell burgers, right? That's their main product. But when you arrive there, you have a different things that you end up buying. The same when it comes to Apple. Apple, their main product and the one that they basically promote the most is iPhones, right? They understand how this works, because once a person go for an iPhone, they're gonna end up buying an Apple Watch or a laptop or different things, right? But the majority of their marketing budget goes to their primary product, right? The same you should be doing with your services. Focus on one specific procedure where you are the best at, and later on those users, they're gonna start buying different things, right? And you can start promoting like maybe other things later on once you have your numbers dialed in. Step number 3 is knowing your numbers, right? So this is extremely important because the numbers are going to tell you how well you are doing. For example, if you don't know your numbers, you won't know how successful is your advertising campaign, or maybe if you should stop it and start changing things in order to get better results. Now, when it comes to numbers, I'm talking specifically about the key performance indicators. And there are a bunch of metrics that you can look at when it comes to advertising, but as a business owner, you should only focus on 3. And these are the cost per lead. The cost per lead is just basically how much are you paying to this platform like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, how much are you paying them to get you a lead, right? This is important. The second one is the cost per acquisition. This is how much you're paying to get one customer. For example, let's say that you are spending $3,000 per month on advertising, and you got 2 clients that paid you, let's say, $20,000, the 2 of them, right? This way you're gonna say, okay, I'm getting 20,000 and I'm investing 3,000, right? So the CPA, cost per acquisition, is important because it's gonna tell you how well you are doing. Another metric that is important is the lifetime value. The lifetime value is just basically what is the value of that person. Once this person comes to my practice, what is the value in the long term, right? For example, let's say they are selling non-surgical procedures. If that person goes for a facelift, that person is gonna come back to your practice like twice a year to get some like treatment done again, right? To keep their appearance as they want, right? So you need to understand what is the real value of that person. It's not just about that first purchase, it's about the next purchase that they're going to make, which basically you are not spending more on them because you already got them the first time. Now everything else is gonna be profit. So it's important that you understand the lifetime value of each person so you know how much you should invest on advertising. And the cost per lead and the cost per acquisition, those are metrics that are going to allow you to know how well your ads are performing, and if at the end everything is bringing you a positive return on investment. Step number 4, you need to focus on one specific advertising channel. Something that I've seen is that most practices, they want to start advertising everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok, all at the same time. And let me tell you that this is the perfect combination to burn your money, especially if you don't know your numbers, as I explained in my last step. So this is how you should do it. First, start with one single advertising channel. Let's say Facebook and Instagram, Meta platforms, right? So start with one channel, start creating a system for that specific procedure that you want to promote, let's say facelift, create an offer for a facelift and start creating your whole marketing system based on this type of customer looking for facelift. From the lead generation to the sales process is gonna be all tailored for facelift, and start running the campaign on these meta platforms. Once you know that you are getting a good cost per lead, once you know that you have a good customer acquisition and the lifetime value of that person is really good, and you are getting at least a 50% return on your investment, then you can start integrating another advertising channel, let's say Google, for example. And this is how you can start building that omnipresence predictably and strategically. But avoid at all costs start running ads in a bunch of different platforms. Focus on one, master it, understand your numbers, make sure that your system is working and you are being profitable. Once you do this, add another channel, and it's going to be more likely that it's also going to perform pretty well because you already put the effort to make it work in one platform. It's just a matter of changing basically the platform and the type of ad style that you create. And ideally, you should aim to have 3 advertising channels operating profitable. This strategy not only increases your reach, but it also safeguards your business from any market fluctuations that might happen. For example, a couple of years ago, Google changed his advertising policies, and because of this, a bunch of businesses suffered. The same happened in 2021 between Apple and Facebook. A lot of privacy policies, restrictions that Apple implement to advertisers in Facebook and Instagram. And again, a bunch of businesses suffer because of this. So that's why it's pretty important that you have at least 3 different advertising channels just to safeguard your business. Okay, those are the 4 steps that you can follow in order to approach advertising the right way and avoid the mistake most practices do. Now, when it comes to building a constant flow of potential patients, it's all about having a digital marketing strategy that incorporates both the organic channels and the paid channels, because this is how you ensure a more stable and sustainable growth for your aesthetic practice without relying on one single source of patient acquisition, but reinforced with a more diversified and solid online presence. Okay, so basically that's everything that I wanted to share with you today in this video. I hope that you have found value in all the information that I shared with you today. But if you need more help, you can just simply click the link below or the button below and schedule a consultation with me or one of my team members. Now, this is a strategy session, right? This is not a sales call. This is just basically me or one of my team members just understanding where you're at right now with your practice, where you want to go, what you're struggling with, and based on that, we can just create a custom plan specifically designed to help you take your practice from where you're at right now to the next steps, basically a scale. And at the end of this call, you're gonna have 2 options. You can either start implementing this plan with your current marketing team, or you can partner with us and let us do everything for you. Whatever it is really up to you. Our main goal is just to basically give you a different perspective on how you can grow your practice even further with the right marketing strategies. So click the link below and I see you in my next video.